I remember the day we got married like it was yesterday. It was a small ceremony in a park with just family and a few friends. The sun was shining, and I felt like everything was finally falling into place. We'd been together for 4 years by then, met in college during a group project in an economics class. He was the quiet guy who always had the right answers, and I was the one pushing everyone to meet deadlines. We clicked over late night study sessions and cheap pizza. After graduation, we both landed jobs in the city, he in software development, me in marketing. We moved into a tiny apartment, the kind with creaky floors and a kitchen too small for two people to cook at once. But we made it work. We'd laugh about burning dinner or arguing over whose turn it was to take out the trash. Life felt simple back then. We'd go for hikes on weekends, explore state parks, pack sandwiches, and just talk for hours. He had this way of listening that made me feel seen. I'd ramble about work stress, and he'd nod, offer advice without making me feel small. We saved up for a house eventually, a modest place in the suburbs with a backyard. Got a dog, a rescue mutt who loved chasing squirrels. Mornings were coffee together, him scrolling through tech news on his phone, me planning my day. Evenings, we'd binge, watch shows, or cook experiments from online recipes. Sex was good, not fireworks every time, but comfortable, intimate. We'd talk about kids someday, but not rush it. Work kept us busy. My job involved client meetings, presentations, travel sometimes. His was coding, debugging, team calls. He started working longer hours about 2 years in. Projects piling up, he'd say. I'd nod, understand. But then the distance crept in. He'd come home tired, zone out on his laptop. I'd try to initiate conversation, but he'd give short answers. I'd feel a pang, wonder if it was just stress. I'd plan date nights, dinner at a local spot, maybe a movie. He'd go, but seem distracted, checking his phone. I'd ask what's wrong, he'd say nothing, just work. I started feeling insecure. Was I gaining weight? Was I nagging too much? I'd look in the mirror, poke at my stomach, promise to hit the gym more. We'd argue sometimes, small things blowing up, like who'd forgotten to pay a bill. He'd apologize, I'd forgive. But the closeness faded. I'd lie awake, listening to him breathe, wondering when things shifted. One night, he forgot his phone in the kitchen. It buzzed. I glanced, a message from an unknown number, can't wait to see you tomorrow. My heart dropped. I didn't open it, but it lingered. Next day, he left early. I called in sick, followed him in my car, feeling ridiculous. He went to the office, then lunch at a cafe, sat with a woman, laughing. I watched from across the street, stomach churning. She was younger, dressed sharp. They hugged goodbye. I drove home, cried in the shower. Confronted him that night. He denied at first, said she was a colleague. But I pushed, showed the message I'd screenshot. He broke down, admitted they'd been seeing each other for months. It started at a conference, he said. Just talking, then more. He swore he loved me. It was a mistake. I screamed, threw things. He slept on the couch. Next days were hell. I'd alternate between rage and sobbing. We'd talk in circles. Why, how, what now? He wanted to fix it. Therapy, I wasn't sure. Friends advised leaving, but I couldn't decide. We built a life. The dogs sensed it, whining at us. Work suffered, I'd zone out in meetings. He'd cook dinner, try to be attentive, but trust was shattered. I'd check his phone secretly, find deleted apps. One evening, I found emails, plans to meet her again. I packed a bag, left for a hotel. He called nonstop. I ignored. Sat in the room, staring at walls, replaying our years. How did we get here? Was I blind? Next morning, he showed up, begged. Said he'd end it for good. We went to counseling. Therapists dug into issues, his work stress, my insecurities. We worked on communication. Slowly, things improved. Dates felt genuine. Sex returned, tentative, but doubts lingered. Months passed. We celebrated an anniversary quietly. He surprised me with tickets to a concert. I felt hope. Then, twist, I got promoted, more travel. On a trip, met a guy at a conference. Charming, listened like he used to. We flirted. One drink led to more. I cheated. Guilt hit hard. Came home, acted normal. But he noticed something off, asked if I was okay. I lied. It ate at me. Confessed weeks later. He was devastated. Yelled, cried. Now roles reversed. He wanted space. I begged forgiveness. We tried therapy again. But resentment built. He'd bring it up in fights. I'd defend, say it was retaliation. Vicious cycle. Moved to separate rooms. Dog confused, following me around. Work became escape. I'd stay late, avoid home. He did the same. One night, over dinner, he said he wanted out. Divorce. I nodded, numb. Papers drawn up. Divided stuff, house, savings, dog custody. Moved to an apartment. Alone felt empty. Dated casually, but compared everyone to him. He moved on faster. I heard through friends. Saw him once at a store with her, the original one. They looked happy. Stung. Reflected on my part. My cheat wasn't just revenge, it was escape from pain, learned therapy alone, focused on self-gym, hobbies, new friends. Years later, bumped into him at an event. Cordial chat. He remarried, kids. I was single, content. Life goes on. Regrets, but growth. That's my story, Reddit. Advice? Nah, just venting. It started with that promotion trip. The conference was in a big city, hotel buzzing with professionals. I presented on market trends, nailed it. Colleagues congratulated, invited for drinks. That's where I met him, a consultant from another firm. Tall, easy smile, asked smart questions about my talk. We chatted over cocktails. He shared stories from his travels, made me laugh. First time in months I'd felt light. Exchanged numbers for networking. Text started innocent follow-ups on industry news. Then personal. He'd ask about my day, I'd vent about home vaguely, felt seen again. Back home, husband was trying, flowers, notes. But I compared, the guilt twisted. On next trip, same city, we met for coffee. Turned to dinner, then his room. It happened fast, regretted instantly, showered, cried on flight home, vowed never again. Deleted his number, but memories haunted, husband noticed my distraction. You seem distant, he'd say. I'd snap, blame work. Arguments escalated, he'd accuse me of not trying. I'd retort, he started it. Therapy sessions turned tense. Counselor suggested individual work. I went, but lied about the affair. Buried it deep, months dragged. Sex felt mechanical. I'd fake enthusiasm. He tried romance, weekend getaway. Scenic drive, cabin and woods. We hiked, talked like old times. For a moment, hope flickered. But night, in bed, I thought of the other guy. Pushed it away. Back home, routine resumed. Then, husband found a hotel receipt in my bag from the trip. Questioned it. I panicked, said work expense. He didn't buy. Dug through my email, found deleted messages recovered. Confrontation exploded. How could you? He shouted. Said it was once a mistake. He didn't believe. Stormed out. Stayed with a friend. I called, texted apologies. He returned days later, packed bags. We're done, I begged, promised change. He left anyway. Divorce process brutal. Lawyers, assets split. House sold, proceeds divided. Dog went with him, he'd bonded more. Apartment felt sterile. Nights lonely, scrolling social media, seeing happy couples. Started therapy for real. Unpacked childhood stuff, parents' divorce, fear of abandonment. Realized I'd sabotaged, dated a bit. Apps, setups, guys nice but no spark. Focused on career, climbed ladder, led team. Traveled solo, discovered independence. Saw husband at mutual friend's party years later. He introduced his wife pregnant. Polite chat. He seemed content. I felt a twinge but closure. Moved to a new city for job. Fresh start, made friends, joined clubs, life stabilized. Looking back, the affair wasn't about him or the other guy. It was my unprocessed hurt. Lesson learned hard. If you're reading this, talk before it blows up. Communication key, but timing everything. The divorce finalized on a rainy Tuesday. I signed papers in a sterile office, lawyer droning on. Drove home, my new apartment, in silence. Unpacked boxes slowly. Walls bare, echoes loud. Dog's absence hit hard. I'd visit sometimes, but it felt awkward. Work consumed me. Buried in projects, overtime voluntary. Colleagues noticed, invited out. I went, forced smiles. One night, at a bar, met a woman, coworker from another department. We bonded over bad bosses, shared laughs, became friends. She'd drag me to yoga, brunches. Slowly, social circle grew. Dated sporadically. A teacher, funny but flaky, ended amicably. Then a accountant, stable but boring. Realized I needed time alone. Therapy helped unpack layers. Explored why I cheated. Revenge, yes, but also validation. Husband's affair shattered self-worth. I sought it elsewhere. Forgave myself eventually. Visited family more, parents in another state. Road trips therapeutic. Listened to podcasts on relationships, took notes, applied lessons. Met someone new at a conference, irony. A professor, intellectual conversations. Took it slow. No rush. He understood past baggage. We dated months before intimacy. Felt right. Meanwhile, ex remarried. Heard through grapevine. Sent congrats, card civil. He responded thanks. Closure solid. Life now balanced. Work, relationship, hobbies. Painting classes, volunteering at shelter. Adopted a cat. Mornings coffee alone, peaceful. Evenings with boyfriend or friends. Reflecting, the chain, his affair, my retaliation, could have broken earlier with honesty. But hindsight 2020. Reddit, if in similar spot, seek help soon. Don't let pain dictate. Growth possible post rock bottom. The new relationship blossomed unexpectedly. We met at that academic conference. Me presenting on digital marketing, him on ethics and tech. Post session, he approached with questions. Debate ensued over coffee. Numbers exchanged. Texts evolved from professional to personal. First date, a museum exhibit on modern art. Walked halls, discussed pieces, no pressure. He shared divorce story, similar to mine, betrayal involved, bonded over scars. Took months to meet families, his kids, two teens, wary at first, warmed up. Mine none, but open. We traveled, national parks, camping under stars. Sex meaningful, communicative, no ghosts. Work promoted me again, director level. Managed team, mentored juniors. Balance key, set boundaries, no late nights. He taught at university, flexible schedule. Weekends blended, his place or mine. Eventually cohabited. Apartment sold, house bought, cozy garden. Planted veggies, harvested together. Cat adapted, holidays shared, Thanksgiving with his family, Christmas mine. Traditions merged. Challenges arose, arguments over chores, finances. But talked through, no explosions. Therapy ongoing, individual and couples. Prevented repeats. Years in, proposed, simple, during hike, ring modest, accepted, wedding small, beachside. Vows honest, acknowledging pasts. Honeymoon road trip cross country, sightseeing. Life settled, careers thrived, relationships solid. Looking back, original marriage taught resilience. Without crash, no rebuild. Grateful for journey, twists included. Reddit, stories like mine common but unique paths. Share yours? The honeymoon ended, back to routine, but refreshed. Work projects piled, handled with ease. He published a paper, celebrated. Social life active dinners with friends, game nights, adopted another pet, a dog reminiscent of old one, trained together, walks daily. Health focused, gym routines, meal preps, annual checkups, finances stable, savings, investments. Discussed kids, maybe adopt, explored options. Community involved, volunteered at food banks, local events, felt connected, anniversaries marked meaningfully, recreate first date, reflections deepened, original betrayal a catalyst, without, stuck in mediocrity. Now, fulfillment, unexpected twist, ex contacted. Apology email, years later. Forgiven, responded kindly. Closure complete. Life forward. That's it, folks. Long tale, but true.